welcome back.
That's right, welcome back. We're about to get into our third segment for the morning. In with us, Transparent BPO and Job Opportunities. We've got Rob Johnson. Rob Johnson is actually the Vice President of actually it says here Global Operations, Vice President. We've got Audralee Enriquez, I got your name correct, right? Audralee Enriquez, who is Recruiting and the Marketing Officer, and Roy Mejia, who is a trainer. Guys, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, welcome to the set. This is definitely something very important because a lot of folks are actually looking for jobs. We've got families out there who actually needs the income, but folks don't know where to go. They don't know how to eventually get there. Transparent BPO. What is Transparent BPO though?
Well, we're an outsourcing company, so we support clients who have customers throughout the U.S. and in some cases in other countries too. So when they're calling for technical support or for billing support or maybe we're reaching out to offer them a product to purchase, then they're talking to us. You know, they're calling for another company, but we're representing that company and they're calling us. Or in some cases, they're chatting with us over chat or email and different technologies.
Let's demystify the function of call centers, as we call them in Belize, because very often what you pointed out, which is the receiving customer service calls, seems to be the general idea that people have of call centers, that you'll simply be responding to customers. But in terms of products that are outsourced, it is beyond simply customer service.
Correct, and that's really, you know, we started referring to ourselves as a delivery center and not a call center because really a significant number of the people that work for us are working on chat or email, or in some cases they're working on what we call back office. So they're processing insurance claims and they're responding to students who are trying to sign up for their classes online and things like that. So it's really a variety of things that we do, and it's not the traditional, everybody's answering the phone. Still, a lot of our people do, and that's a big part of what we do, but that's not all that we do.
And also a lot of sales products.
Correct.
You are calling people and offering different products or services, and this is, I think, one of the areas that a lot of people can be able to excel, but perhaps never looked at Transparent BPO because they didn't know that was a skill set they'd utilize.
Right.
All right, so in terms of that, currently we are recruiting call center sales agents, right?
There you go.
And the name really says it for itself. So we're looking for individuals who are interested in doing sales. So in terms of the right fit, we're looking for individuals who are very energetic and enthusiastic. Simply because when you're on a phone and you're speaking to a customer, it's the energy that you produce that they really feed off of. And let's be honest here, if you are not excited about your product, why should you be excited about my product, you know?
Right.
Secondly, we're looking for individuals that can adapt to changes and they're fast learners, simply because, yes, our sales agent, they get a script, but you really have to personalize that script so that when you're on that call, you do not sound like a machine. You're very relatable to individuals. And when you're relatable, you're able to connect with them. And thirdly, we need individuals who are able to build that quick rapport. Take, for example, us females, we love shoes. So we walk into a shoe store and we go with the whole mindset, you know, we're not going to buy. But then there's this sales agent and she knows her job. She's very enthusiastic and she's ready to sell you. So she brings you this pair of shoe that she's going to sell you. By the time she gets to you, she starts to describe the shoes to you in terms of color, shape, size, durability, affordability. She even compliments your skin color to the point that halfway through her script, you're like, you know what? She's in your head. I need this shoe. And by the time she's done with that description, I mean, you're ready to buy that shoe with a matching purse and a cute outfit. And you come back next week and you bring your best friend too. So that's the type of individuals that we're looking for. We're looking for people that are very relatable. So even if you're on a call and you do not get that sale, at least you stroke the interest of those buyers. And hey, that's where the buzz get created, because if you do a good job on that call, I'm sure that those individuals will go and speak to their mother, their sister, and it really creates that buzz for a company. So those are the type of individuals that we're looking for.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, like Audralee said, pretty much, well, me, for instance, when I came to Transparent, I had no experience whatsoever. For me, it was like a learning curve. At that time, we had a great training team, and they worked with us. And even when it comes to the American accent, you have to have that. It's like, well, don't have to, but you can mold yourself into that. And it was something challenging at first, but then, like I said, they had a supporting team, and every step of the way, we have like 3 different phases that we actually train. So now that I look at it from the
trainer?
Well, training point of view is like I never pictured myself being a trainer because I had no idea that was going to happen. So it is a very inviting company. The reception was great when I first got there, and they pretty much help you through every step of the way. So for me, it was
Roy,
a great
what
experience.
made you turn to Transparent BPO for a job?
Well, I think I was just like any potential prospect. I was looking for a job at first. I pictured myself probably just being there for a couple of months or so, just to
hold on,
get a start.
Get a start, and then potentially probably go somewhere else. But for me, it wasn't like competitive race or anything like that. It was just that at first it was kind of challenging. I was like, maybe I'm not going to stay here. But then the environment that I was in, it kind of like, to me, that's an important thing because you can go to any company, work anywhere, but it's not like most companies that you will go to. You never see the CEO, like you never see Rob Johnson, people like him, or you never see Audralee the recruiters. You only see them the first time you come in and when you leave. But there's like, everyone is like, reception-wise, it's great, and they're around, they come in the classroom, they talk to you, they greet you, and it's very welcoming. So that was what attracted me and made me want to stay. And I just pretty much went home and decided that this is something I wanted to do long term and took it seriously.
So as a trainer with Transparent BPO, would you say that it's a career? And would you tell me, you know what, John, yes, and this is where I think you should be as well? Why would you say it?
I would say that. Well, for example, reason why I mentioned the reception part is because if you guys ever went downtown in Belize, there's this one lady. She's always on the corner of like BTL, and she sells fruits and things like that. Now, like that's the way how she sells herself and so forth. That attracts me to her instead of going to Brody's or Savory because
She's famous. She was in one of our commercials.
because she's very like reception-wise. She knows how to sell. She knows how to talk to people and things like that. And that's what attracted me to Transparent BPO because at that time that's how the people were, and it's the same way. So I try to replicate that when I do training and when I introduce people to the company and go through the different phases. So
we've had you guys on before, and we have heard the very same sentiment that Roy speaks about in terms of the warm reception to persons once they are employed at Transparent BPO. And it is not exactly a culture that we see throughout Belize. People find somebody for a job, they put them there and do what you're hired to do. Why is it so important to ensure that you are recruiting the right candidates, but that you're also retaining them? And what do you do differently to be able to do so?
Well, first of all, we always look for the people who have the right attitude and the right aptitude, right? Like Roy, he didn't come in with sales experience, but we knew that he cared, that he would be engaged, and that he would give his effort, and then we could train people and support them to be successful in the job, right?
Yeah.
But we also recognize that look, the product that we provide as a company, as Transparent BPO, is the services that our agents provide to the clients. They're the lifeblood of our business, and so they're really key to our business. And so we put effort into supporting our employees, providing events and fun things to do at work, and even things where they can bring their families and get involved. One of our core values is to make a difference in the lives of our employees and our community, and it starts by providing a job for them, and one that provides pay that they can support their family with. But it really goes beyond that, and it's we have full-time staff. We have a full-time person that her job is to run functions and events and recognition for our employees. It's a full-time job.
But in terms of, and this is for Audralee, you did mention that you're looking for the spunk, you're looking for.
Right.
So we know there are a few folks out there right now who would say, I've got the spunk, but I'm not confident with my educational status. What do you say to these folks, and what do I need so I could eventually just walk into Transparent BPO and say, you know what, I think that I've got a chance?
Okay, so first of all, that's the reason why one of the requirements is either you have a high school diploma or equivalent work experience. Because we do understand that there are several individuals out there that may not have the educational background, but they have years of experience in sales and dealing with recruiting especially, and I'm in the room where I do the interviews. There's a lot of people that come through the door that do not have a high school diploma, but in terms of sales, I could have them sell a piece of tissue for all I care, and they would describe it in some ways that you wouldn't even think about. So that's the reason why we're not really looking for individuals, we're looking for character. So that part is only, I guess, face value for us. Secondly, we have a screening process, and as long as you've met the minimum criteria, which is 18 years or older, 23 years preferred, as well as the diploma or equivalent work experience, okay, you have the opportunity to come through our doors. Now, when you come through our doors, we do have screening tests that we do. A lot of people, they're kind of skeptical about this test, but all the test does is it shows us what campaigns are best suited for you. So currently we are recruiting for sales. We have a specific sales test that really tells us, you know what, these individuals have the capability of working in sales.
Yeah.
For those individuals that do not pass the sales test, we do have other tests that we give them, which will be like data entry, customer service, as well as technical support. Because though you may not be a sales fit, you may have attention to details, you may have that type of skill set, and that's when we would say, you know what, well, we might not be able to hire you now for sales, but we will have you on hold for like a technical support campaign or a data entry campaign. So we do have different campaigns that can cater to a vast, majority of people, but just certain campaigns it really requires certain skill set.
What have Belizeans been uniquely good at? Because when you speak about sales, or even customer service, it would be interesting to know where we tend to be stronger as.
For the most part, sales. We could sell ice to Eskimo as Belizeans. Definitely sales.
I see a lot of strengths too for customer service.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very warm and welcoming culture. I mean, that's it. You know, I've been here 2 years, and that was the first thing that struck me and really made me want to be here was just how warm and welcoming the culture is. So I think that part is natural. Sometimes I see people who come in and maybe they're too polite, and we have to teach them to not be quite so timid. But it's an easy transition for people to make, because they have the capability. Sometimes they just need to say, okay, it's okay to speak up. You know, now is your turn to speak up, and many of our people excel at that.
To be friendly and firm.
Rob, we've heard so much about call centers. What separates Transparent BPO from the others? And then again, because we want to recruit folks. We're actually hiring now.
Right.
Would an individual be able to eventually skyrocket in terms of making something of themselves? Example, these two, making something of themselves, being at Transparent BPO, because we always try to look for the stability. We want to make sure that we're able to go from here to here. What differs Transparent BPO from the others?
Well, we definitely believe in promoting from within, and so if I look at our senior managers within our business today, many of them were some of our original employees 8 years ago. So they started, right next door in a little building with 30 people. And many of those people are operations managers, account managers, other roles within the company, human resources, other roles within the company. And so there is an opportunity for people to grow their career. Agents can go into mentors, into trainers, into team leads, into operations managers. So we have people who are managing, upwards of 150 people. That's their job.
So there is the possibility for upward mobility,
Absolutely.
which is important for young professionals.
And I hope someday, if I ever get old enough to retire, that somebody will take my job, and that we'll have those people ready, right? And because we expect that we're going to continue to grow our company, and as we do, we're adding those roles to support our people.
You can take me for an example. Whenever people question me about Transparent BPO in terms of upward mobility, I always use myself as an example.
Yeah.
In 2012, I came to Transparent BPO. I was so excited because I wanted to be a sales agent.
5 years ago.
I was convinced that I would have been the ideal sales agent. I went through 2 weeks of training and I had to leave the country. I was sad, right? But I said to myself that I would make it back there one day. Fast forward 2014, I came back, but I did not get in. So 2015, I said, you know what? Third time's a charm. Definitely I'm going to get it. I walked into that room and I did my interview and I got the job. And I started off at the front desk. And I'm the type of person that whenever I accomplish something, I always strive for something more. And I got promoted and now I'm dealing with recruiting and marketing. So there's always room for advancement. You really just have to apply yourself. We look for individuals who are not just team players, but are self-motivated, and they understand that yes, you are an individual, but you are an individual that is a part of a team. And as long as you do good and we do good, we all look good. So
Rob,
and for you, Roy?
Well, for me, when I first came there, it's like what Rob said, I can relate to that. Like, I was kind of not that talkative, charisma-wise, when it comes to talking on the phone. So they kind of brought that tenacity out of me. So I would say that. And it just kind of flowed. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't an easy road, but it kind of flowed. And then like when it came to being a trainer, that kind of just came to me. So that was offered to me, and they were like, you know, you're a good performer, you know, in time, and they saw that I had that spunk, that like what Audralee is describing, to make sales, and that's true. We can make sales. So they just gave me the tools, and I kind of, you know, put it all together, and that's what made me what I am today. So.
It's a wonderful
4 years,
opportunity for people to have skills recognized and being put in positions where they can utilize them.
Well, and I think those are skills that people can take with them into other aspects of their life too. I mean,
not just in the call center environment, but because it taught me patience too. Because, you know, sometimes we don't have any patience, so we have to work on that. But yeah, because simple things like talking to customers on the phone and diffusing a situation, an irate customer that may be yelling at you. Now, take a deep breath.
Oh, you mean you don't just put them on hold like some other customer service calls?
Yeah, they train you well. Sales is a little bit different because it's like right on point. So you know, you have to be very patient and, you know, listen to the customer and let it be about them, because, you know, that's how we actually make you know, everything work. So.
Well, Rob, are there, because you've got a great team here, and this is actually obvious.
Yeah.
Now, to keep these folks actually happy, and are there any opportunities for them in terms of traveling opportunities, going to another company? Do we have these for these folks?
Yeah, we have. So we have staff. I've got one guy going to the U.S. here coming up in about a week or so.
Wow.
He's one of our new trainers for one of our programs that we've had for a couple of years now, and he's working with their training team. So he's going to Indianapolis for a week or so of working with their team. Wow. They also come here to support, but we have people who go to our clients because we're. We partner with our clients, and that's one of the things that makes us different as a company is that we're in partnership with our clients, and we work together with their people, to help us be successful for them.
What's been your level of growth over the past 8 years?
Oh, past 8 years? Well, we started with 30 people right next door. And this year we had some seasonal programs, but we were up to 800. We're down to about 730 right now, but we'll get back. We'll get back there.
Average number of employees that you have on board year round is around what?
Around 750 right now,
750.
but we want to make that 1,000. So
he says so proudly.
Yeah.
And that is a very key point, Rob. We have seen where BPOs, business product outsourcing, has definitely become a very important part of our economy here in Belize.
Right.
What about working within Belize is something that you're finding to be beneficial as a company? You work with global operations, which means you can visit any part of this region and select a location that is best fit for the type of work that you do. Why was Belize the right fit?
Well, there were several things that made it a great choice for us. When we first came here, it was that it's English speaking. You know, that really helps, because then we don't
or
have
you
to...
thought it was English.
Yeah, well, Creole, English, it's all good. Yeah, so I mean, that was a real plus. And then because tourism is such a big part of the country, people understood that sort of customer service, and also the ties to the U.S. culture. We're watching U.S. TV channels all the time, so we know what's going on with sports teams, and that it's really bad weather in Chicago, and we don't want to go there, and all that kind of stuff. But people have family in the States real often and things like that. So the proximity. And then for our clients, it's important too, because it's real easy to get here, and we have clients that find a lot of excuses to come visit us. It's pretty rough when they're in clients in New Jersey that will be here next week, and they're like, oh, I hate to leave New Jersey when it's 10 degrees and come to Belize, but if we have to, we will. Yeah. And by the way, we'll stop by San Pedro on the way. So that part works real well. But ultimately, it comes down to the people. And we found that the people are really eager to learn. That if we can provide a great job for them, that helps them support their family, and that's really what our business is all about. So that's really what kind of put things over the top for us.
Now you're currently seeking persons for sales
Correct.
agent. How many persons are you looking to recruit? And I also want you to speak about the times that people have to work. When anybody speaks about working at a call center, I think one of the most difficult adjustments is working on shifts, right? So let's talk about that as well.
Okay, so on an average level, we are looking to start a class every other week.
Okay.
So we're looking at an average of 18 to 20 individuals every other week. And in terms of the time frame, everybody works 9 hours for a day at Transparent BPO and 5 days a week with the whole 45-hour work week. But not everybody gets to work on a Monday to Friday work week. We do have some individuals that are required to work, let's say, on a Saturday or a Sunday. So we do look for individuals that are flexible in terms of time and days as well. But again, it's just a 45-hour work week as well as 2 days for day off, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And in most cases, the sales campaigns have a little bit more steady schedules, as far as hours that they work. When we get to our customer service or technical support, people are calling us, and so we have to staff where those people are going to be calling us. So that's where we get more evenings, and we have a very small group that works overnight, actually. Okay. So we try to find people that obviously that's what they want. Yeah, not only willing, but sometimes that fits their life real well. Mm-hmm. Maybe they have a spouse or significant other that can be home during the day to take care of the kids, and then or the other way around. Yeah, that they're home during the day to help with the family, and then their significant other is there at night, right?
Some people go to school, so it's like
school, right? Yeah,
yeah. Work during the day and work at night. Go
to school during the day.
Right. Okay. And we also work with people, and we're introducing more schedule flexibility for people who do go to school and don't want to work a full 45 hours, because they have classes. So when it works for us and it fits with their school schedule, we actually very much encourage that. We want people to further their educations. Yeah.
So how do people apply?
Okay, so for those individuals that are interested and they do believe that they are the right fit for sales at this moment, they could go ahead to our website, which is at www.transparentbpo.com, and they could really see the job description as well as the job availability, and they could apply. As soon as they apply, we receive the notification, and then we screen their application. We reach out to those applicants.
All right. Well, thank you all for stopping in and letting us know what your experience has been at Transparent BPO, and of course the opportunities that exist for new employees. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to go ahead and take that final break now, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up, so stay tuned.